In designing English for specific purpose syllabus, we need to begin by considering the needs. Hutchinson and Waters identify two types of needs. It is target needs and learning needs. Target needs involve the things that is related to what a student needs to do to achieve learning goals. And learning needs refer to the factors that affect learning process. So this video will describe the design of syllabus for ESP course in field sport. And the topic is based on the result of need analysis of sports student using questionnaire. Okay, now take a look at the picture. These are some parts of the result of need analysis. In point 3, it shows that students need English for communication. So next, you can see the picture. The students choose aspect fluent in communication as the most important context. In point 4, okay, the picture shows the student extremely weak in speaking. In point 1, and in this picture, we provide 4 skills: speaking, listening, writing, and reading. And students establish speaking as the skill that students need. In point 1, well, based on the need analysis, the syllabus can be considered as a content-based syllabus that is focused on speaking skill.
Next, I will explain about theoretical framework. The first is teaching English specific purpose. According to Hutchinson and Waters, 1987, ESP is an approach to language teaching in which all decisions as to content and method are based on the learner's reason for learning. So, in ESP, learning will focus on knowing what student needs in learning English. And the second is need analysis. Need analysis is an activity to collect information or collect data to develop curriculum based the needs of students. The purpose of need analysis is to find what student needs, what student want to learn, and Water 1987 identified target needs and learning needs. So there are two things that need to be done as a teacher to do a need analysis. The first is target needs. Target needs focus on the needs or target of learners. The target needs are divided into three. The first is phase, what language aspect are needed by the learner teach the target effective. And the second, like what learners have not mastered. And the three wants, what learners want to learn. And the three is learning needs. Learning is refers to the background linguistic knowledge the learner needs to have in order to master the further abilities he will need to perform in the target situation. And the fourth, the last is content-based syllabus. According to Karki and 1987, content-based teaching is a simple concept of teaching content or information in the language being studied. In a content-based syllabus, students learn what they need based on the needs of students.
Okay, alright. For the next is methodology. So in our research, we use descriptive qualitative method that we use questionnaire as our collecting data. Based on the questionnaire that we know questionnaire is a technique for collecting data by giving some question or statements to the respondent. And then in the questionnaires, we distribute for the respondents. And for the respondents, it consists for high school students. And then in the questionnaires, there are 15 questions that should be answered by the respondents. And then in this research, in our research, that from the data we used when we distribute the data, that from the data analysis is conducted by some following steps. For the first is collecting data questionnaire from the respondent, and then we classifying questionnaire data. After that, we identify the needs of the learning English from the students, and then the last is we are describing the data to find out what the needs of for the English learning to the students.
Berdasarkan tentang finding and discussion from the journal ESP syllabus and need analysis for the sport player. The findings show that student learning needs for future work more to speaking and listening. For the long-term future, most the students need English for the following reason: is the first is working with teams and coach, and then for the personal development. So the master of English help them to have access to communicate and to know about the development the self. And then the second is about the student prefer to study English outdoors under the guidance or work of the instructor in small groups or work in the pairs. And then the last is about the student prefer corrected by the instructor directly with the indications of use in the field. Student considers if vocabulary exercise are very useful for them. So, and then the syllabus have the seventh meeting. The first in the meeting once, student get the material about the simple present tense, and then in the meeting seconds, student get the video about expressions, thinking, and justifications, and then in the meeting chart student can submit semester test, and then in the meeting 4 giving video about the expressing like and dislike. In the meeting 5 the teachers explaining about the simple present tense, simple future, and simple past tense. And then in the meeting 6 the teachers explaining a material about the prepositions of pledge in the instructions coach. And then in the meeting 7 is semester test or evaluation. Conclusion from this journal is to the result of the interview. So the course must focus on speaking so the student can have easy access to communicate in future work matters, and then focus on the listening to know what the means or what the instruction, the coach, and the team. I think that's all explaining about the finding discussions and then the conclusions. Thank you so much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.